Hey everyone, you alright? Welcome to the next part of my Doctor Who Tom Baker DVD collection. This is going to be season 15 and 16 I'm going to show you. I'm not going to beat around the bush, so I'm going to kick off now. This is a great adventure as far as I'm concerned. Another horror one. Set about 15 years after Town to Wing Chiang, which is in Victorian times. This is called The Horror of Fang Rock. This is one of the only Doctor Who adventures to feature the whole cast dying, apart from Leela and the Doctor. Yeah, this is a really good Doctor Who. Very claustrophobic sort of feel to it, as it's all set on a lighthouse. Yeah, I do recommend watching that. Right, now we come to K9's first appearance. This one's called The Invisible Enemy. Not a bad adventure, it's okay. You know, it's got some quite entertaining moments in it, such as the Doctor being reduced to the size of an atom and then being injected into his body to try and cure this virus which has taken over his mind. And yeah, this is yeah, pretty good. Not my favourite though, you know, so yeah. And this is the box set which accompanies it, K9 Tales. Right, now we go on to another favourite of mine, one of the last Gothic Doctor Who's. Was originally going to be in the Hinchcliffe Holmes era, but it didn't. It came later on. This one's called Image of the Fendal, written by Chris Boucher. And yeah, I do really like this Doctor Who. There's some great acting in it from the whole cast. Yeah, give it a watch, that's all I can say. Right, then we come to The Sunmakers, which is written by Robert Holmes. And this one is, I'd say, one of the first sort of fantasy Doctor Who's. Because you had the horror era for the past something like 3 years. And then, yeah, it all started going like a bit like sci-fi fantasy sort of style with, well, it was Graham Williams what took over from Philip Hinchcliffe, and he changed the direction. So, and I think Anthony Reid this was his first proper Doctor Who's script editor. So, yeah, quite an interesting adventure, that one. It's all to do with the inland revenue and taxes and all that sort of stuff. Right, next Doctor Who. This one's called Underworlds. Not a favourite of mine, unfortunately. I don't like the overuse of CSO in it, you know. It's not very convincing. You can tell where they are is not where they actually are. It's all blue screen basically, a lot of it. And it's not a favourite of mine for the script neither, so yeah, it's not one I watch very much. And that's the box set. It's off Myths and Legends. Right, and then we go into the final Doctor Who of season 15, and this is the one what's on at the moment, Invasion of Time. I don't know whether you noticed there we go, there's Sontaran, the Doctor. This is set on Gallifrey, and this one's called The Invasion of Time. This is a 6-parter, written by David Agnew, which is a pseudonym for the script editor and the producer, Graham Williams and Anthony Reid. Yeah, quite an interesting adventure. I do like this one. You get to see a lot more of the Doctor's TARDIS. I think it contains a swimming pool and a garden, like an indoor garden, plus loads of corridors and all sorts. You know, I don't think you get to see all the rooms. There's a changing room you get to see in it as well, where they're hiding from the Sontarans. But yeah, I do like this one. So. That's also the video of it, VHS. Right, now we go on to season 16 with the Key to Time. This is limited to 15,000 copies. This is a first press. This was very hard to get hold of at the time, but they did release more later on, so it's a bit more widely available now. This consists of 6 adventures. It's like a trilogy, and I'll just show you the box set. There we go, that comes off. And then you've got like the box set, which is shaped like the keys when they're all forged together, and that opens up. The DVD's inside, which is kind of neat. And I'll show you the DVDs. This is the Rebus Operation. This is actually the one I'm going to be watching next. I do remember it being okay, you know, not absolutely great, but yeah, still quite good. So yeah, I don't remember it too well. In fact, actually looking at the characters, that sort of brings it back a bit. So right, we have The Pirate Planet, written by Douglas Adams, who later went on to do the classic Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy programme. He actually wrote the story as well. And yeah, this is a good adventure. There's a lot of humour going on in it, because as Douglas Adams is quite humorous as a person himself. He later went on to become script editor in season 17 of Doctor Who. And yeah, there's some like quite good bits with the Doctor and the Captain together, you know, some quite funny moments, so yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Then we have possibly my favourite out of the Key to Time. This one's The Stones of Blood. And yeah, this has got a lot of excellent stuff going on in this. It's actually shot on location at a proper stone circle, and there's great acting from the supporting cast as well. Yeah, I'll just read a quick bit from this. This is like what describes the story. The search for the 3rd segment of the Key to Time leads the Doctor, Romana and K9 to Boscombe Moor on Earth in the late 20th century. Here they encounter Professor Amelia Rumford and Vivian Fay, who are surveying an ancient stone circle called the Nine Travellers. What is the link between an ancient Celtic goddess, an alien criminal, and a transporter ship concealed in hyperspace? And can the Doctor escape the druidic sacrifice of blood to uncover the mystery of the moving stones? Yeah, recommended. Very good. Yeah, this is another horror sort of Doctor Who, and one of the characters which is mentioned, Professor Amelia Rumford, she's absolutely great in this. So yeah, give it a watch. And we have one which I'm not too familiar with, but I'm looking forward to seeing again. This is called The Androids of Tara. I don't remember this one too well. I have seen it though, but yeah, I originally watched it when UK Gold repeated all the like classic Doctor Who's and that years ago. This was, so it's the only way you could get to see it. Well, it's the only way I could get to see it, because I couldn't afford the VHS videos at the time, so I was only quite young. Right, this is possibly the worst Doctor Who for Tom Baker for me. I do not like this one very much at all. And it's Robert Holmes, would you believe, what wrote the story. This one's called The Power of Kroll. And this is actually, funny enough, location filming set in the marshes in Norfolk, which is my home county. Yeah, it's quite ironic really. But yeah, there we go. And then we come to the final Doctor Who of this trilogy, The Key to Time, and season 16 as well. This is called the Armageddon Factor. And I forgot to note, this is actually the first season which features the first Romana, played by Mary Tam. And this Doctor Who here actually features the second Romana, played by Lala Ward. This is lady here. And she actually plays a princess in this particular adventure, but that's when she becomes Romana. I don't know whether it's at the end of this adventure she regenerates or the start of the next one. I'm not too sure, but yeah, there we go. So that comes to an end of another video. I'm going to show the next part of this, the 3rd and final part, in the next day or two. So thanks for watching, and take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.